Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm doing this video. Hopefully the sound will come out, and I entitled it because I really do believe that title that I wrote that I didn't know him myself. So I would just want to start off by saying that I do live relatively close in the area of where the Marathon store is located. Or close enough, put it that way. Anytime you can just pass by it when you're coming from work, that's close enough, right? Don't you think? If you can pass by that after you come from work, you can pass by that every day. So that's close enough. But anyway, okay, so I entitled this Nipsey Hussle Will Be a Legend based on his activism in South LA. And I believe that to be true. Don't you think? Don't you agree that he'll be probably looked at as a legendary, just like how people look at Tupac and Martin Luther King, people who have done things that have tried to help better their community. And so I think he would be up in that scene. And I know you're seeing this article because this article I was going to talk about it. I think I already talked about it. They said after the procession route, there was, I guess, four people who had been shot near, it says near the Nipsey Hussle procession route. So, I had driven past there a couple of days ago. I mean, literally like maybe a day or so ago. And people were still around the store, putting flowers out there, candles, or just hanging out over there. Some people are hanging out over there well into the night, and just kind of milling around. And so those people, that's what I wanted to talk about, I guess. That scene there. People, they didn't really know him, they knew of him, or, some people begin to get celebrity struck, starstruck. Um, there might be obsessed fans of his, or people who are just like in awe about the whole situation. Maybe they were unaware or not as aware or made aware when the incident had occurred, and they realized, wow, we live like down the street, or we live in the same vicinity, or go to school or work over around here. We didn't know all this was going on. And so what I've noticed in the area is that you got people now. I can understand this. Correct me if I'm wrong. Lauren London, ever since, I don't know if you guys seen that, ever since she showed her tattoo of Nipsey Hussle, there have been people putting his face on their body. I could see Lauren London doing it. I could see family members and friends, people who were close to him that were like knew him as first name basis. But all these people who didn't know the family, they're not close to Nipsey, they didn't know of him, they don't know anything about them. All they know is what they read, and they don't really have a close relationship with that family. Why are you putting his face on your body? That's all. I just, I think maybe it's obsession or something like that. I don't know. I guess it just would be like if somebody really admires the person so dearly, maybe if they're like a loyal fan, but still, I feel like that's kind of far fetched. I can understand, Lauren London. She was in a long term relationship with him. She practically like a wife had kids by him. His brother. People like that. I could see them getting his name, his face put on them by tattoo because they have a close connection with him. But these other people, some of them, it's like hype. They're all drawn into this. And, I'm hearing people like in the stores, just random people, oh, that's my buddy. That was my bro. That was my bro. Some people did know him. And some people, I just think they kind of want to look like they knew somebody popular, and they want to feel important by saying they knew him and they really didn't. That's my take on it. But anyway, this happened right here. It said that there were four. This came out of the Entertainment magazine, and it said four were shot near that procession route. Now, I got caught up in the mess. It was crazy because I heard music behind me and there was slowing of cars. people started gathering out with their cell phones and whatnot. And so I noticed that something big was going on. I knew what was going on that day. So I was trying to get home before it got really crowded out on the road because I knew that he was going to go around and there was going to be a procession route. And so I was trying to make it home, but I got caught at the beginning of it because I was in the downtown area before it started out. I think I might have said this in the previous article. But this article right here was talking about the shooting that had occurred. It killed one person and wounded three others near the funeral procession route for the slain rapper Nipsey Hussle in South Los Angeles. So our first, Drake Madison, says there's no indication that the shooting that Thursday evening, was connected to the procession itself. But police say the gunfire had happened around 6:25 p.m., a few blocks away from the section of the 25-mile 40-kilometer procession route. So the procession drew large crowds of people, which I seen them and got caught in it, who lingered well into the night, which it's still like that over there at the marathon, believe it or not. Some people hang out over there and they're by the Fat Burger, just a reason to be over there. So the LA Times reports the shooting occurred after the procession had passed through that area of South Los Angeles and has seen an uptick in shootings. So Police Chief Michael Moore tweeted, "We must stop the senseless violence." So basically that's a short article in and of itself. And so you can see Nipsey Hussle pictured here. That's when they paid their respects to Nipsey Hussle at the celebration of life that was done at the Staples Center. And so I just wanted to talk a little bit about it. And so I didn't want to say anything negative. I was thinking at first that maybe, like the interference in the sound, there were so many people that were so sensitive about anything you say about this man. And, oh, we're going to sue you. Like right now, there's a anchor woman. She's a right wing news, sort of like she does politics. And her name is thinking the lady's name. I guess because I'm not that crazy about her, so that's probably why I can't think of her. All I know is Laura. Let me see if I can find her name, and I'm sure it's still in here. I just put. Okay, great. Okay, so the first thing that I noticed is Justin Bieber. He slams Fox News Laura Ingraham for the controversial Nipsey Hussle comments. And so she's been saying some things that are really bad. So Justin Bieber has even got in on it. He said that she should be fired. Rappers have been saying that she should be fired. And, this is not the first time that she's done this, but she's really getting people really upset and riled up. So Justin Bieber has declared that the Fox News Laura Ingraham should be fired for her comments about the slain rapper Nipsey Hussle during a recent episode of the show. So Laura Ingraham absolutely disgusting what you did on national television, Bieber wrote in a caption. An Instagram post, "How dare you laugh in the face of a person who has passed on? Doesn't matter who it is, it's absurd and you should be fired, period." Which he's right. I agree with him. It's just, it's really appalling how some of these people, they really dig deep. And, this lady's been allowed to say things on social media. They always police everybody else on social media. Why not police these people? So, okay, that's a very creative refrain, Ingram said about the song during her show on Friday, Variety reports. So the chorus goes on and on. Is that related to the lowest unemployment ever, basically, for African Americans? So you see where this is coming from. We know, any of you who knows, especially in South LA, and people who are black know this is a lot of racism. It's just up front and center. And so they police everyone else except these individuals. And anything you say and do on social media, they're coming and knocking on your door. But with these people, they're on national TV and they're allowed to say whatever they want and not get repercussions behind it. So the show aired the day after Hussle's memorial at the Staples Center. Okay, so Bieber rebuked his rebuke of Ingram is hardly the first that she's received from a celebrity. Recently, Christy Teigen fired back at the host, deriding her inclusion in Time of 100 most influential people list of 2019. Corny monster, Teigen wrote on Twitter. There were 1 million other ways to try to take me down, and this is what you choose. F you. And so that was from Teigen. Okay, and so she's really been a thorn in a lot of people's sides. So Ingram also ignited furor when she mocked and I believe these were the students of, Florida in that shooting. And so Parkwood shooting survivor David Hogg for his college acceptance record last year. So, but Hogg did not take her taunts lying down. He called on his substantial Twitter following to contact Ingram's advertisers and demand that they stop supporting the show. According to The Guardian, 11 companies canceled their advertising. So, well, they canceled advertisements after David Hogg really got on it. And so I'm wondering what will happen now that she's targeting Nipsey Hussle and the South LA community, with her really racial comments. Let's just call it what it is. Ingram apologized via Twitter before going on a hiatus that was reportedly pre planned. Any students who would be proud of a 4.2 GPA, including David Hogg, on reflection, in the spirit of Holy Week, I apologize for any upset or hurt my tweets caused him or any of the brave victims of Parkland, she wrote. Okay, so that just tells you right there, this woman, she is like, she hasn't apologized for what she said about Nipsey yet. I haven't seen that, so we have yet to see that. So as Variety notes, Bieber wasn't the only person who called out Laura Ingram to be fired because her comments about Nipsey Hussle. Rapper The Game said that there would be consequences for the disrespect of Hussle's legacy. West Coast hip hop legend Snoop Dogg agreed, as did T.I. So Nipsey Hussle was murdered in front of his store, the Marathon in L.A., South L.A. rather, March 31st, and he was 33 years of age. And Hussle had developed a reputation for the community activism over the years and had invested heavily in his community in Crenshaw. Whether Ingram is aware of his work is unclear. Okay, so that's basically the article. And so it's really sad. That just basically tells you when people are far removed from other cultures and what their struggles and what their life is like, and they just don't care. They only know about who they are and the people they're around and what they believe in, and that's basically it. And so from what's really going on, Brian Ingram, should she be fired? I believe she should be. That's my opinion. The other thing is I think Nipsey Hussle is probably going to be looked at as legendary